Hey guys, in this video, I'll cover the specifics of selling dropshipping products in France because it's one of those markets where there's a lot of opportunity. For example, if you know French, and it is like less competitive than other markets. So there's certain specifics. We've done our own research for this matter because we plan to get into some of the other markets in Europe that are less saturated. So I want to cover some of the main specifics. So if you are like already selling in France on a decent volume, like one of our students, for example, he's done like 100, as you can see, more than 100,000 euros like this month in sales. And so if you are looking to sell in France, or you're already selling in France, this will be very beneficial for you. So you'll be able to scale up more profitably. It's pretty good market because like it has a population of 65 million people, which is quite a lot. And the overall income that people have, it is quite high. So it's quite like affluent country, like overall on average. People use e-commerce a lot. Yearly, the average person spends like 1,700 euros on online shopping. So pretty much makes it, kind of like people know how to shop online. They get used to like shopping online. So it's not like in some European countries where, for example, there's only cash on delivery. So unless you're very like committed into your business, you want to import the products, you want to have the warehouse to ship those products with cash on delivery. It's basically the market where people shop online and they pay with credit card, PayPal. Those are mostly the options that they use to pay. So makes it a great market for anyone to enter who knows the specific of the market. Internet penetration 90%, so almost everyone is using internet. Most people shop online, so great market because you don't have these like initial obstacles that you have to overcome. In terms of like how you sell in France, because typically people and dropshippers, they would just take the same ads they have like in English, they would target France and they would expect amazing results. Now, French language is a must, right? If you want to go after like local market with a specific language, then, just translate the pages, translate your ads, because this is must. And French people, especially, they're very proud of their language. And sometimes, it's difficult to find a person who speaks like English. And it's very important to communicate that. It's very important to sell in a language that, that people know. You can see here on the screen, so this is pretty much the website that was like just copied to the T, the Pop Socks brand. It's called cadonimo.com. And I don't know like specifics, I don't know like their numbers, but they just like copied and emulated it. Very successful business, Pop Socks, one of our past clients. In terms of taxes, there are certain like specifics that you have to be aware in France. So, distance sales, right? You can understand like dropshipping is like distance sales, like online sales. Threshold in France like 35%, so 35,000 euros. So if you surpass that, then there is a French VAT rate like 20%. Pretty much like hurts your margins like significantly. As long as the total value of annual sales is below like 35,000 euros, you can choose to apply the VAT of the country from like which you're operating. So you need to get registered for VAT number. So that's one of those like complications in the country. Now, this registration like threshold is not applicable if you do not belong to European Union. So expect when you dispatch items from warehouse located in another European Union country. So if you ship items from another European country, then you'd be required to apply for a VAT number. So also in European Union, you need to charge different tax rates. For example, for physical products, you should charge the VAT rate of your home country, and for digital goods, you should charge customers country VAT rate. It's complex, so it's best to consult with an accountant or someone qualified, but this is kind of just the overview when we were doing our research. Also make sure that your business customers are set as VAT exempt. With business registration in France, if you want to go that route, It is like straightforward but quite time-consuming process. So the best option might be here. Is like it's called SARL, and it's like LLC in the United States. So you have to register by law, so you can register with a lawyer or with company information agent, and be specific about the products that you will sell, services you provide, like with any other company. Set a business account. So there's like in certain banks, you can own like the minimum deposit is like 4,000 euros. So you have to put that money on the account. Legal publicity. So you must publish an announcement in authorized newspaper such as Le Parisien or Les Echos about that your business was established. Then incorporate, get all of the official stamps from French governments, at least 4 of them. Register, get like certificate of incorporation. You'll get your company ID number, then activate your bank account, and then appoint a professional French accountant, right? So I mean, you can see it's like quite complex. Like for example, in the United States, it is much more simpler. But if you want to go after that market, or if you're already in that market, then this is what you need to do. Suppliers, I mean, you can source from China or on your own. You can partner with a specialized supplier. There's company called e-sources, so you can source products from them, either wholesale or dropship. So there are like 2 different options. We have our students, for example, that are selling in the French market. They're using like basically dropshipping from China. They're not having like any problems. They also have some options to source products from France, but mostly it's like from China, and there's like not like a huge problem to get items shipped. So there is another option. So for example, Cdiscount. So it's Casino Group, this subsidiary. Basically, they have different products that you can like drop ship from them, but they don't have any integrations with your shop. So it has to be all like done manually. And at the same time, the website is in French language only. So that's kind of these are the bottlenecks with this website. So I mean, probably the best option is just go with supplier. By the way, if you want suppliers that we use and our students use for the shipping to France or any other market, then just let me know supplier in the comments and I'll share them with you. So FNAC, so it is pretty much, it provides like facilities to drop shippers and also to its end like customers. So they have quality products, they have like after sale services, they have like different discounts and stuff. So it's called FNAC. And it's kind of like reminds me of AliExpress by how it looks. In terms of ads, right, which is probably the part that you're the most interested in. So, I mean, average like CPC in Europe is like 51 cents. So, which is like a bit cheaper than in United States, for example. Click-through rate is very low, right? Like click-through rates are very low. Like average click-through rate is like 0.5%. So even in Germany, for example, or in America, so in Germany it's like 1%, in America it's like 1.2%, which means it's more difficult to entice French people to click on ads. And the average CPC is around 66 cents in French, which is similar to the one in the US market. So it is like less competitive though in terms of other, like for example, if you drop shipping, in terms of other drop shippers, it's not as saturated, with other people. So that's the advantage of that market overall if you want to go after it. All in all, like French market is a bit complex. So if you want to go after it, it's probably, and I mean, if you have other options, probably you can go after, some easier markets. But if you're already in France, if you know French, and if you want to just like do well in that market, that's definitely doable. We have students doing like 100, 200, 300,000 euros, which is about like $300,000-$400,000 per month just in French market, because like 60 million is quite good like population. Also you have like Belgium and Switzerland, which have partially the French speaking population. You will need multiple products to do like a very good volume, but it is definitely doable. So if you're in those markets, then these are the things like you have to consider and this is how to crush it in French market. And yeah, if you're looking for help with scaling your business, then there should be a link below this video. You can apply, and especially if you're from France, we help students streamline their operations and process in French market, and helping them scale their businesses. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.